Welcome to another episode of Rounds of the Knight's Table. I am Jim.
I am Eric.
And today we're going to talk about Aquaman. And we are sipping on our leftover Mike's Hard Lemonade because we forgot to get rounds for the show that we do every week. And did I get it? No. Did he get it? No. Did we get it when we went and got food? No. We only had one bottle, so I tried to fancy mine up and put it in a stemless wine glass. But it still tastes delicious. And again, no beard, you're in the clear. This film stars Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Nicole Kidman, Patrick Wilson, Willem Dafoe, Will E.M., not Will I.M. This film directed by James Wan. The Conjuring, Saw, Insidious, almost everything else with Patrick Wilson. Let's talk about the good. It was pretty awesome. The underwater action. This movie's going to be CGI heavy.
Well, no, I thought they actually went underwater and filmed everything the way they did it. They had to cut gills into them.
Listen, if they're not actual fish people, why are they even playing them? The look of the water, with the flowing hair and stuff like that, that was great. I mean, they did film some stuff.
They got some of the physics down right.
What else did I really like? Amber Heard.
Yeah. Jason
Momoa, born to play Aquaman. I mean, he doesn't look like the typical, the white bread dancing with the dolphins.
Like, useless Aquaman that everyone thinks. Like the old cartoons, Aquaman saw this movie, he wants to be Aquaman.
He's standing for Aquaman. They didn't spend too much time with him talking to the fish. They just kind of did like the hand pulsing thing, and that was cool. And I'm glad that they weren't like, oh, what a lovely goldfish you are. Oh. One of my favorite scenes is when he's at the bar with his dad and they're drinking like crazy, and the guy gets up and he's like, smacks him on the shoulder, and he's like, hey, you fish boy?
Fish man.
And you think it's going to be a brawl, and then all of a sudden he's like, man, can we get a picture with you?
I loved the progression of the pictures. He starts off like, I'm taking this picture. And he's like,
and then he's getting lit. Not a bad DC movie.
I'd say they're second best.
Well,
of overall.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Come on.
I almost
hyperventilated.
I almost lost my shit.
We're talking.
I certainly wished that this movie came out before Justice League to set it up a little bit better. Even though the first two Thor movies aren't that solid, you still got that build-up. Not that they're bad movies. Don't defend that movie. You know that movie. The Dark World? Trash. I thought the story was decent. Nicole Kidman, who is a mermaid, who is an Atlantean, who is a queen, but is set to marry some douchebag. She finds Jason Momoa's dad, and, obviously, they, send Atlantean troops to come get her, and so she decides in the safety of her son and her man that she's going to go back, and then they lead you to believe that she's dead, but I think the whole time, much like Michelle Pfeiffer and Ant-Man, she's not dead. They didn't get into, too much of the self-loathing Aquaman, where he's a boozer.
It is set after Justice League.
Yes.
And they make a few references to that.
They didn't touch too much on him being young. They touch on it, him being young, but not like a Catholic priest would have.
I really did like the cinematography of this movie. The whole Italy thing was really nice.
It's what we do. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm still waiting on my 23andMe results.
1%.
I'm ready to talk about the bad.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the bad.
And it was a CGI love fest. I felt like it was overused. You get too much shit. I don't need all that. I don't need, sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their frickin' heads. Patrick Wilson, who I'm sure is a fine actor. There's just something about him that can't bring me to that side. And especially with him playing a villain, I just didn't buy it. Maybe it was the blonde hair. Maybe I'm blondest.
We haven't talked about him yet, and I was waiting to get to the bad for that.
About Black Man?
I was disappointed. Is that what you were waiting for?
That's where we're going. That's where we're going to take it.
I was disappointed in Black Manta.
So he gets the suit, the Atlantean suit. He decides he wants, fuck this, I'm going to upgrade. He's going to Beyonce. He got a Beyonce perk, and that's what he applied to it. But did he? What did he do? Spray paint it? This dude shows up, and when they put him on screen in this Black Manta suit, all I could think about was, it's morphin' time. He looked like a bad guy from Power Rangers. And even the camera angle, I was like, what the fuck just happened? It was the absolute worst. Not Cara Delevingne in Suicide Squad the worst.
His whole storyline, to me, was a little, not really off-putting, but just kind of a letdown. You know, it's nice. He loses his dad. It's nice. He loses his dad, and he wants revenge. So he goes and makes a deal with the Atlanteans.
Revenge is a deep piece of good. I could use the little Arnold. Arnold is Mr. Freeze.
He could have been one of the other kings or something.
Then we would have been watching Expendables 4. We did go see this movie one full bare naked lady ago. You think you're looking at Aquaman? I should have said this on the good. The monsters, like the Kraken type of character, that was okay. I didn't like that it talked, though.
I think it was okay that it talked because he can understand.
My final thought. This was an enjoyable DC movie. I liked it more than I thought that I would. If you're not a DC fan, you're probably going to look for every reason to hate it. Looking at you, Vin. But certainly Marvel's put out worse movies than this.
I mean,
are we not talking about
Man 3?
But I had a good time. Kids had a good time. My mom had a good time, but that's just because she's sweet on Jason Momoa. I had a good time. Amber Heard was there.
I had a good time.
Jason Momoa was there. Patrick Wilson was there. My score's a little higher than I should be giving it. 7.0 out of 10.
Like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. I would score it around a 7.6.
You heard it. If you like this video, hit those likes, hit those subscribes, and we will check you out next time. Only on rounds of the rectangular table. That's what Zack Snyder said. Still waiting on that Snyder cut. Do you really want that shit anyway? You didn't like BVS.
Because it was nothing but a Snyder cut.